Hey everybody, it's Karen Sullivan, and at Life Health More, I'm bringing you another live show. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that today I am talking about coaching. And well, coaching as it's done in, if you'll excuse me for a second, I'm trying to make sure things are coming through on Facebook with this live broadcast. And there I am. I will not turn it up so that you can hear it. But anyway, so here I am. Talking about coaching. Everybody, and that's kind of the new thing. It's the new buzzword. I've been doing this for going on 15 years, working with people. And back in the day, I used to use Skype or the telephone. Now I'm using Zoom or FaceTime, depending on what people's level of comfort is. Some people still choose to just talk on the telephone. I like to see your face, especially if you're far away. But coaching can be for any number of things. If you're developing a brand, if you're trying to market a new business, you're going to open a new store, let's say financial coaching, and as well as investment coaching, which I guess is one and the same. But those are all the sorts of things that there are out there. People are, as experts, available to help you with certain aspects of your life when you don't know anything about it. You would never ask, your priest or your minister to do the plumbing in your house. Okay, so that's kind of where coaching has just sort of exploded out there. And I want to talk about cost right up front. There are coaches, and certainly I am not saying anything about the coaches themselves with the money that they charge, but I know that there are coaches that it'll cost you $15,000 to make some sort of major change. And if you're developing a brand or, they can be, not everybody, but they can be. And those people have a level of expertise that's really high. I certainly would hope so when they're charging that much money. But it can be anywhere from that exorbitant amount of money that I can't even fathom paying for that much money. You buy a car and it ends up that much. And it could be that the investment is the best thing you've ever done. But what I also know is that it can be like $250 an hour, and maybe you do 10 hours, so it's very diversified. Mine is not like that. And today I'm going to tell you about 3 different ways that you can go and get coaching with me. Now, on this page, on this event that I have here on Life Health More, I've got a link that leads directly to my coaching itself. If you're not interested in doing any of the other things that I talk about, I'm going to come back to this later and talk about going to the coaching there at Square Market. So, why do we need coaches? Why do we need guidance? Why? Why does a football team pay a coach a lot of money? Because that person has the expertise of helping people to be able to work and move and perfect what their sport is or what their project is in any way, shape, and form. So coaching can be a really wonderful thing. It's almost like having a mentor. But the coaching that I do is a little bit different because it's specifically working with fitness, exercise, and the changes that the people want to do in their bodies. Now, that's how people always start, that they want to lose weight, they want to feel better, they have a health issue or their blood pressure is high and they want help with that. And then we will begin to work and trying to identify, not just goals, but why it is that they want to do those things, what their motivation is, why they even bothered calling me. Sometimes it's just, I want to go, I'm getting married and I want to make sure I look the best I can, and I have a beautiful gown that I want to get into, and I make sure that my arms are not heavier. Whatever the desire might be, and then we'll examine it further and try to get down to the real meat of the issue, which might have to do with somebody's self-esteem or whatever. Now, I'm speaking in generalizations. I'm making these broad, sweeping statements about how people need help and request help and issues that they work on, okay? And that's kind of helpful in some ways, but it's also limits an awful lot because it can be too general and doesn't get to what your issue is, right? So I'm trying to see, yeah. Okay, it is live. It is working. So now I have to shut myself up. If I can silence that. Good. It is live. It is working. So now I have to shut myself up. So you hear that? Sorry. So I'm going to have to close that off. Anyway, so what the generalities are great, and they're helpful for people, and you might get some guidance, but sometimes that's the only thing that you're able to do. And so I don't want to say, no, that's not great. So here go into our 3 different ways that you can get help, okay? The first is Facebook. Facebook, we have Life Health More, and I've got questions and answers, and I have these live shows that touch on certain things about fitness and exercise and things that perhaps I am speaking to you. And you can also do the Q&A on Thursday and get some answers. And that's a real helpful thing. I really encourage you guys to begin to talk to each other. You can post something on Life Health More. You can send me a question directly, or you can communicate with the other people who are members of this page. And that's okay. And let your friends know, hey, listen, if you want a little bit of guidance, I know this trainer. She's a personal trainer. I do therapeutic exercise with my second certification is in post-rehab exercise, which takes it once the physical therapists are done with you, I take you to the next phase for the happily ever after so that you can continue to move. So I have a lot of material that I can share and help you. So just ask and get folks on board with and asking each other's questions and bringing up some concerns that you might have. And that's helpful. That's what I enjoy doing. So that's the first level, is this Facebook page, Life Health More, okay? Then the second one is something that, for those of you that know me, I am not a real computer fanatic. I mean, I like computers, but do I know what I'm doing? No. And in September, I decided to close down my old website, and I bought a new domain, and it is lifehealthmore.net. And that page, I am so excited because it has the capability of answering questions, and I've built the page myself. I sent a lot of questions into the company, and there are a group of techs that are over in, I believe, Switzerland that we communicated with often as I was trying to figure out what they meant by certain things that I needed to do. But it was exciting, and I have this page there, and what it will do is you just type in lifehealthmore.net, and it will take you to the very first level of tutorials. And it has a short video welcoming you, and then you click on, and you go through, you give me your name and your email, and I will never sell these emails. They are for me, for our use, for our communication and correspondence, okay? But the tutorials just take off from there. There is a background secret area of lifehealthmore.net that the only way you can get there to see some blogs that I have written, to see some of the articles and some of the information that I have, additional information to hand you back there. And there will be more things coming as I get better at doing what I'm doing and building that page. But once you get those things and I have your email, then I will send you the rest of the course. And there are modules. Right at this point, I have 11 modules, and it will be over the next several months that you'll be getting emails, and sometimes I have written an article, sometimes I have recorded a video, but you'll have all this additional teaching, ways to exercise, things that we have with overcoming problems. And it's a great way for you to get some information. Now, it seems a little one-sided, and sometimes as I'm sitting here and I'm doing a video, whether it's for my Facebook page or whether it's for my outreach to you through email, sometimes I feel sort of lost because there's no back and forth at all. Right before this show, I was on my personal page and I was talking about the lip treatment because I'm so excited I got rid of a cold sore with using this lip treatment. And so I was sharing it, and I was trying to give you all a heads up that my show was coming on Life Health More. Anyway, it was so terrific to see people's names on there and to be able to talk to you about, hey, how are you? I saw a friend from high school. Wow, how cool is that, right? It's just awesome. But this way, I'm really acting as teacher, lecturer, mentor, not mentor, but coach, okay? So that email delivery is really fun, and it's not totally detailed, but as much as I can with still being able to address the entire audience in this whole, anybody who is athlete to older generation that has some issues with their bodies, So that's the second one. So let's go back, and we've got Facebook, Life Health More, and then we've got lifehealthmore.net, okay? So from that point on, I can work with you. And if you have questions that you can always ask me about at any time. Now, I will, in cases where people have asked about nutritional supplementation, help with working out and trying to take care of your bodies and help with energy, or if you have muscle cramping, if you're dehydrated, so a hydration. I am an affiliate with Shaklee Corporation, and I will tell you until the cows come home how much I totally believe in this company and in the products themselves. And I use them. The lip treatment that I was talking about, I use. So when I'm recommending different kinds of products, it's important to me that you recognize you do not have to buy them. It is my recommendation that you try them. And of course, the company has 100% money back guarantee. So you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain from that. But if you don't do that and decide, no, I'm not gonna buy that product and I'll use XYZ brand, that's up to you. But when you are using the Shaklee products, you get my coaching, and we will work every week for like 30 minutes. And it's individualized. It's working coaching on the phone, as I said, or Zoom. Now, it's not therapy. I'm not a therapist. I'm a personal trainer, and I will help you with the issues that you have. I have an innate ability to tell when you are trying to pull the wool over your own eyes, and I'll help you with that. I'll make sure I pull the wool back off your eyes, and so that you'll see and you'll do something so that you make progress. You don't want to spend the time exercising and never get to a goal that you want. I mean, who wants to live like that? So you could work with me, and using the products, you will feel better, and I'll help you get where you want to go. Okay. Now, if you don't want to buy the products, you can always just buy the coaching. And that's what that link is to the Square Marketplace, Karen Sullivan. And there you can buy my coaching. And it's all set up. All you have to do, it's a secure site. Buy that. Square Market will let me know that you have bought a package. It starts with $300, and it takes 3 months. It's $25 a session to work with me for 30 minutes once a week. And then you'll sort of sift through the issues that you have, and we'll talk about your exercise. And I can, even from long distance, I can recommend what you should do with specific kinds of exercises and machines. You just have to tell me where you're working out, and we can go from there. I had a lady once that took her phone and we FaceTimed, and she took me on a tour, and I was like this little phone walking through to see all the equipment, which was adorable. Not necessary, but I'll go for a tour in your gym, and we can start as soon as possible. So remember that you can make the changes you want to for your body and your health and your fitness and everything else in your mind and body and spirit will kind of sort of fall in place as you're working with these things. So that's not because I'll do anything. It's because you'll do it and you'll sort it out. I am the sounding board, and I will give you my professional advice as far as how you should exercise, the things that I recommend that you shouldn't do. For example, we had a lady in class today, and she's been taking my class now. I've been here 2 years, and she was away. Check this out. She went like back-to-back cruises in Mexico. She was, for a whole month, she was gone. Now, is that just lovely? Just lovely. Well, she didn't exercise the whole time. So she came to my class this morning. It was her first class since a month ago. And she started to do something. And I look over at her and say, that's not a good idea. No, because I know what your back is like. You haven't done any exercise. And then she sort of chuckled. No, I haven't. I said, well, let's do this. And I just kept adjusting for her because I knew she was excited to be back. She felt that she had been a couch potato, or I guess a Lido deck potato, and she just didn't want to, act like a slouch. So she wanted to really kick it in. Well, that's how you get hurt. So I can help you even over the phone. I can give you recommendations from there, but we can Zoom too. I do enjoy that. So if you have any questions, send me a message here through private message, or you can comment here. And I want to thank Carrie Oberlin for joining me today. I see that you're here. And if you're not still here, I will try and contact you directly. It's real nice to hear from you. It's just to see your smiling face. Have a great day, everybody. Be well.